How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty well myself today. No little fires have sprung up, so it gives me a little more time to do the things I like to do. So in this video, I'm going to talk about truth in music. I've done one about truth in movies. Well, there's been a lot of truth in music as well. And if this is a decent series, meaning if people respond to it, I'll do more. But for today, we're going to talk about System of a Down. Two of their songs, BYOB and the Prison Song. I know it's a little off my beaten path, but a lot of these musicians, they get a bad rap for being, they get labels like satanic put on them. Their music is heavy and got harsh guitar sounds and heavy drum beats, but behind it, there's a message. And it's the same message that I share with you every day. BYOB, System of a Down. Why do they always send the poor? Now, I'm not going to read all of the lyrics, okay? If you guys are familiar with the song, you'll understand why. But marching forward, hypocritic and hypnotic computers, you depend on our protection, yet you feed us lies from the tablecloth. And of course, you know they're talking about the politicians right there, right? And then it gets into everybody's going to the party, have a real good time. Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine. Kneeling roses disappearing into Moses' dry mouth, breaking into Fort Knox, stealing our intentions. Yeah. Hangers sitting, dripping or dripped in oil, crying freedom, handed to obsolescence. Still you feed us lies from the tablecloth. We're getting to the good part. Again, everybody's going to the party to have a real good time. Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine. Blast off, it's party time, and we don't live in a fascist nation. Blast off, it's party time, and where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? That's the part right there. What they're saying is everyone is too fucking busy partying and having a good time to notice that they live in a fascist nation. You can't argue with my interpretation of this either. It's pretty clear. Why don't presidents fight the war? Why do they always send the poor? Why don't presidents fight the war? Why do they always send the war? Or poor, rather. And it repeats. And then over here, and this is one of my favorites, Prison Song. Same band, System of a Down. They're trying to build a prison. They're trying to build a prison. Following the rights movement, you clamp down with your iron fists. Drugs became conveniently available for all the kids. I buy my crack, I smack my bitch right here in Hollywood. Nearly 2 million Americans are incarcerated in the prison system of the U.S. They're trying to build a prison. They're trying to build a prison for you and me. Minor drug offenders fill your prisons. You don't even flinch. All of your taxes paying for your wars against the non-rich. Minor drug offenders fill the prisons. You don't even flinch. All your taxes paying for your wars against the new non-rich. The percentage of Americans in the prison system has doubled since 1985. They're trying to build a prison. They're trying to build a prison for you and me to live in. All research and successful drug policies show that treatment should be increased and law enforcement decreased while abolishing mandatory minimum sentences. Utilizing drugs to pay for secret wars around the world. Drugs are now your global policy. Now you police the globe. Drug money is used to rig elections and train brutal corporate-sponsored dictators around the world. They're trying to build a prison. They're trying to build a prison for you and me to live in. Another prison system. And I've said it many times before I even stumbled across this song. I wasn't even a fan of this particular band until fairly recently, last 5 months. But when I hear truth, I appreciate it. And again, it comes from many different sources. Now, the individual who runs Call for an Uprising, he would call a guy like me Satanist. He would say that I'm satanic. He would say something like that. He would call me scum, and he would cast stones at me. And yet I want the same things that most of the people who cast stones want. Just because people have pentagrams doesn't necessarily mean they worship the devil. And just because people think a goat head is cool doesn't necessarily mean they worship the devil. As for me, I'm one of the people who actually takes a look at both sides of an argument. If the other side of the story isn't there, then I can't really take the word of the one and only side, simply because that's not logical. If you like hearing about the different musicians who have tried helping, I mean, look at Black Sabbath. What was that? War Pigs. That's straight up truth. And yet, people would give that guy, Ozzy Osbourne, a bad rap because he had a fucking gimmick back in the day and made some money off. But you know what Ozzy Osbourne said? He said that if guns kill people, then why do we send people to war, not just the guns? Sounds logical to me. See, that's the problem. Is people base their entire existence on belief. They believed that the fork was the work of the devil at one time. They believed that flight was the work of the devil at one time. Just because I like, scary looking shit, scary sounding shit, does not make me evil. It is my intentions and my overall treatment to other human beings that determine that. Not the tattoos on my arm, not the arrests on my record, but the way I treat other human beings, the way I treat my children. That's what determines whether you're a good person or a bad one, not your motherfucking religion. I like music. It brings me peace. When I'm having a bad day and I go crank that shit up in my truck and I feel the bass vibrate through my body, there's nothing like it. Nothing. Anyway, I thought I would share this with my subscribers. If you think it's worth knowing which people in this world, musicians, which movies are telling you the exact truth, I'll keep doing it. So, credit to System of the Down for writing such great lyrics. Hope you all have a great day. Kill the state.